September morning, 1921. Yankees office. Commissioner Kenesaw Mountain Landis sitting behind desk. Stern face, hard face. Face that launched 1,000 suspensions. Face that crushed 1,000 dreams. Face that said no. Always no, never yes. Especially not to rule breakers. Especially not to rebels. Especially not to Babe Ruth. Ruth standing in front of desk. Confident stance, relaxed stance. Not worried, never worried. He's Babe Ruth. Rules don't apply to him, or so he thinks. Commissioner speaking. Mr. Ruth, you violated league rules. You barnstormed during off-season. You played exhibition games without permission. You profited from using your major league status. These are serious violations. Very serious. Ruth shrugging. I played some games, had fun, made some money. What's the problem? The problem is rules. League has rules. You agreed to follow them. You signed contract agreeing to follow them. Yet you ignored them. Deliberately. Publicly. Arrogantly. Commissioner, fans wanted to see me play. I gave them what they wanted, made them happy. Isn't that good? What's good is following rules. What's good is respecting authority. What's good is understanding that nobody is above the game. Not even you, Mr. Ruth, especially not you. Ruth's smile fading. What are you saying? I'm saying you're suspended, effective immediately. Suspended for how long? Until May 20th, next season. Ruth's eyes widening. That's beginning of season. I'll miss first 6 weeks. Yes, that's penalty for your actions. But that's not fair. I just played some games. Nobody got hurt. Fans loved it. Rules aren't about fairness, Mr. Ruth. They're about order. About structure. About everyone following same standards. You broke those standards. Now you face consequences. Ruth angry now. Real anger, not playful anger. You can't do this? I can, and I did. Suspension stands. What about World Series? Question hanging in air. Heavy question. Terrible question. Ruth knowing answer, but asking anyway, hoping, praying, begging silently. Commissioner looking at him, long look, measuring look, judging look. World Series starts October 5th. Your suspension includes World Series. Ruth's face going pale. No, you can't. I'm Babe Ruth. Yankees need me. Fans need me. You can't ban me from World Series. I can, and I have. You violated rules. You face consequences. Those consequences include missing World Series. Perhaps next time you'll think before breaking rules. Ruth exploding. This is bullshit. You're doing this because you hate me, because I'm successful, because fans love me more than they love you. I'm doing this because you broke rules. Nothing more, nothing less. Your popularity doesn't exempt you. Your talent doesn't exempt you. Rules apply to everyone, especially stars, especially role models, especially you. Now get out of my office. Suspension begins immediately. Ruth storming out, slamming door, furious, beyond furious, rageful, betrayed, insulted, banned from World Series. Him, Babe Ruth. Greatest player alive, banned. By old man behind desk, by rules, by authority, unacceptable, intolerable, unforgivable. Something must be done, but what? Appeal, useless. Commissioner's decision is final. Beg, never. Ruth doesn't beg, doesn't plead, doesn't submit. Accept, impossible. Miss World Series? Unthinkable. So what? What can he do? Then idea forming. Dangerous idea. Stupid idea. Rebellious idea. Perfect idea. If he can't play, he'll watch, from field, in uniform, among teammates, showing everyone he belongs, showing Commissioner he won't be controlled, showing world that Babe Ruth doesn't follow rules. Rules follow Babe Ruth, or so he thinks. October 5th, 1921, Polo Grounds, New York, World Series, Game 1. Yankees versus Giants. Stadium packed. 60,000 people. Every seat filled. Standing room only. Everyone wanting to see World Series, but also wanting to see if Ruth appears. Knowing he's banned, knowing he can't play, but wondering, hoping, expecting something. Because it's Babe Ruth, and Babe Ruth always does something. Yankees in clubhouse, preparing, suiting up, getting ready. Everyone quiet, somber, missing Ruth. And it's not just as player, as presence, as energy, as confidence. Team feels incomplete without him, handicapped, diminished, doomed, then door opening, Ruth entering, in full uniform, Yankees uniform, number 3, looking ready to play, looking determined to play, looking like he belongs. Everyone stopping, staring, shocked, confused, excited, scared. Babe, what are you doing here? Getting ready. But you're suspended, you can't play. I know, but I can be here, can support team, can be present. Commissioner said, I don't care what commissioner said. I'm Babe Ruth, I belong here, and I'm staying. Manager Miller Huggins approaching, concerned face, worried face, knowing this will end badly. Babe, you can't be here. If commissioner finds out, let him find out. What's he going to do? Suspend me more? He could ban you? Permanently. He's serious about this, about rules, about authority. You're playing with fire. I've been playing with fire my whole life. Always worked out. Until it doesn't, until you push too far, until you cross line you can't uncross. Please, babe, for your own good, leave, go home, watch game from stands, but don't do this. Don't challenge him like this. Ruth stubborn, always stubborn. I'm staying, I'm not playing, just supporting. What's wrong with that? Everything is wrong with that. This is defiance, this is rebellion. This is exactly what he warned you about. This will make everything worse. It's already worse. Can't get worser than missing World Series. Yes, it can. Trust me, it can always get worse. Please. But Ruth not listening, not leaving, not submitting, staying, sitting, waiting, being present, being visible, being Babe Ruth, making statement, wrong statement, dangerous statement, costly statement, but his statement nonetheless. Game starting, teams taking field, Yankees without Ruth, Giants knowing this, confident because of this, attacking because of this. First inning going badly for Yankees, Giants scoring, Yankees struggling, Ruth watching from dugout, frustrated, angry, helpless, knowing he could change this, knowing his bat could turn game, but can't. Because suspended, because banned, because punished. Injustice burning, growing, consuming. Second inning, third inning, Yankees falling behind, crowd getting restless, chanting, "We want Ruth! We want Ruth!" Over and over, 60,000 voices, demanding, pleading, commanding, Ruth hearing, feeling, understanding. They want him, need him, miss him, and he's right here. No, but might as well be 1,000 miles away. Fourth inning. Huggins approaches Ruth again. Commissioner's office called. They know you're here. They're sending someone. You need to leave, now, before they arrive. No, babe, please. This isn't worth it. This isn't helping. This is making everything worse for everyone. For you, for team, for baseball. I don't care. I'm staying. They're sending police, league police, stadium security. They're going to remove you, forcibly if necessary. Is that what you want? Being dragged off field, in front of 60,000 people, in front of newspapers, in front of world. That's your legacy. That's your statement. Ruth hesitating. First time, first doubt. First understanding that maybe this is mistake, maybe this is too far, maybe this is wrong, but pride won't let him admit it, won't let him leave, all won't let him lose. Let them come, let them try. I'm Babe Ruth. They can't touch me. Yes, they can, and they will, because you're wrong, because you broke rules, because you're being punished, and fighting punishment just makes it worse. Please, for last time, leave, walk out with dignity. Don't make them drag you. No. Final answer, stubborn answer, stupid answer, but Ruth's answer. So, Huggins leaves, shaking head, knowing what's coming, unable to stop it, unable to save Ruth from himself. Fifth inning, 3 men entering dugout, 2 police officers, 1 league official, all serious, all determined, all carrying authority. Ruth seeing them, knowing, understanding, but not moving, not leaving, not submitting. Official speaking, "Mr. Ruth, you're in violation of your suspension. You must leave premises immediately." "I'm not playing. Just watching, supporting team. Your suspension prohibits you from being in uniform, from being in dugout, from being anywhere on field. You know this. Commissioner made this clear. You're in violation. You must leave. Make me. Challenge, direct challenge, stupid challenge, wrong challenge, but Ruth's challenge. Officers stepping forward. Sir, we're authorized to remove you. Peacefully if you cooperate, forcibly if you don't. Your choice. Ruth looking at them, at teammates, at crowd, at cameras, understanding finally, understanding that he's lost, that this fight is over, that continuing just makes it worse, but still not wanting to admit it, still not wanting to lose, still being Babe Ruth, proud, stubborn, wrong, standing, slowly, deliberately. Fine, I'll leave, but under protest. This is wrong, this is unjust. This is consequences of your actions, Mr. Ruth. Nothing more, nothing less. Now please, walk with us. Ruth walking, through dugout, onto field. Crowd seeing him, in uniform, with police. Understanding what's happening, erupting, half booing, half cheering, all confused, all shocked, all witnessing. Babe Ruth being escorted off field, by police, in uniform. During World Series, scandal, pure scandal, historic scandal, unforgettable scandal, cameras flashing, reporters writing, history recording. Ruth's face showing shame, anger, humiliation, pride wounded, ego crushed, reputation damaged, walking through tunnel, out of stadium, away from game, away from team, away from where he belongs. Officers at exit. Mr. Ruth, go home, stay home, don't return. If you return, you'll be arrested. Understand? Ruth nodding, defeated. He actually defeated. First time maybe ever. Understanding he pushed too far, challenged wrong authority, made wrong choice. Consequences real, painful, public, permanent. Going home, alone. Watching rest of World Series on radio. Not in person, not in uniform, not participating. Just listening, suffering, learning, Yankees losing World Series, 5-3. Ruth blaming himself. If he'd been there, if he'd played, if he hadn't been suspended, maybe different result, maybe championship, maybe glory. Instead, defeat, loss, shame, all because he couldn't follow rules, couldn't accept authority, couldn't be disciplined, couldn't be anything except Babe Ruth. And sometimes being Babe Ruth isn't enough. Sometimes being Babe Ruth is exactly the problem. Weeks later, Ruth meeting with Commissioner again. Different meeting, humbler meeting. Oh, necessary meeting. Commissioner, I want to apologize. Landis raising eyebrow. For what, specifically? For breaking rules, for barnstorming without permission, for defying suspension, for appearing in dugout, for everything. I was wrong. I understand that now. What changed your mind? Missing World Series, watching Yankees lose without me, understanding that my actions have consequences, not just for me, for team, for everyone. I was selfish. I was arrogant. I was wrong. Landis leaning back, studying Ruth, measuring sincerity, detecting growth. Maybe. Mr. Ruth, you're greatest player I've ever seen, maybe greatest player who ever lived. Your talent is undeniable. But talent without discipline is dangerous. Talent without respect for rules is destructive. You have enormous influence. Millions of fans, especially children. They watch you. They imitate you. What you do matters. Not just to you, to everyone. I understand. I do now. I didn't before. But I do now. Good, because next time you break rules, suspension will be longer. Much longer, maybe permanent. I don't want to ban you. Baseball needs you. But baseball needs rules more, needs structure, needs everyone following same standards, even you, especially you. Can you accept that? Ruth nodding. Yes, sir, I can, I will. Then we understand each other. Suspension ends May 20th. Be ready, be disciplined, be better, and don't make me regret giving you second chance. You won't, I promise. I hope not, for your sake, and baseball's. Meeting ending, Ruth leaving. Changed man, slightly changed. Understanding limits, understanding consequences, understanding that even Babe Ruth must follow rules. Sometimes, most times, all times when Commissioner watching. Lesson learned, hard lesson, public lesson, expensive lesson, but learned nonetheless. And that's something. That's growth. That's maturity. That's progress. Even for Babe Ruth, especially for Babe Ruth. Years later, Ruth interviewed about incident, about defying suspension, about being removed by police. Do you regret it? Which part? Breaking rules or defying suspension? Both. Breaking rules? Yes, I regret that. It was stupid, selfish, cost me 6 weeks of season, cost Yankees potential championship, cost me respect, cost me everything. I regret that deeply, profoundly, completely. And defying suspension? Ruth pausing, thinking, being honest. Part of me regrets it, part of me doesn't. Regret part? It was stupid. It was public humiliation. It was unnecessary. It accomplished nothing except making things worse. That part I regret, but other part that wanted to show I belonged, part that wanted to support team, part that believed rules were wrong, I don't regret that, because it was true. I did belong. Team did need me. Rules were harsh, maybe too harsh. So I don't regret feeling that. Just regret how I expressed it, how I acted on it. That was wrong, that was mistake, that I regret. What would you do differently? Everything. If I could go back, I wouldn't barnstorm without permission. I'd ask first, get approval, follow rules, then no suspension, then I play in World Series, then maybe we win, then everyone happy. That's what I'd do differently. But can't change past, can only learn from it. And I learned. Learned that rules exist for reason. Learned that nobody above them. You learned that defying authority just makes things worse. Learned to be better, to do better, to think before acting. That's what I learned. That's what incident taught me. That's value of mistakes, if you learn from them. Did it change you? Yes, made me more careful, more thoughtful, more aware of consequences, not just for me, for others, for team, for game. Made me understand that I'm not just Babe Ruth. I'm example for kids, for fans, for everyone. What I do matters. How I act matters. Following rules matters. That changed me, made me better, not perfect, never perfect, but better. And that's something. That's growth. That's maturity. That's what being banned from World Series taught me. Harsh lesson, public lesson, necessary lesson that I needed to learn, that baseball needed me to learn, that everyone needed me to learn. So in that way, maybe worth it, maybe necessary, maybe exactly what needed to happen for me to become who I needed to be. Not just great player, but good person, responsible person. Example worth following. That's what being forcibly removed from World Series gave me. Perspective, humility, growth. And that's legacy too. Not just home runs, not just championships, but learning, growing, becoming better. That's real achievement. That's real success. That's real Babe Ruth. Teammate who witnessed incident shares memory. Watching Babe get walked off field by police, that was surreal, shocking, embarrassing for everyone. Not just him, all of us. We felt it, we shared it, because he's our teammate, our leader, our star. Seeing him humiliated like that hurt us, but also taught us. Taught us about rules, about respect, about understanding that nobody is above consequences, even Babe Ruth, especially Babe Ruth, because when you're biggest star, you have biggest responsibility. Can't just do whatever you want, can't just ignore rules, can't just challenge authority. There are consequences, real consequences, public consequences. Babe learned that day, we all learned that day, and honestly, needed that lesson, all of us. Because sometimes we forget that we're not gods, we're humans. Playing game, following rules, being examples, that's job, that's responsibility, that's what Babe forgot, and what he remembered, painfully, publicly, permanently, but remembered, and became better because of it. We all did. That's value of that awful day. That's lesson of that scandal. That's why it mattered, not as failure, as teaching moment, as growth opportunity. As reminder that greatness requires discipline, requires respect, requires understanding limits. Even for Babe Ruth, especially for Babe Ruth, always for Babe Ruth. Commissioner Landis later reflects on incident. Banning Babe Ruth from World Series was hardest decision of my tenure. He's greatest draw in baseball, greatest player, greatest personality. Banning him hurt game, hurt attendance, hurt everyone, but had to be done. Because rules matter more than any one player. Even Babe Ruth had to send message, clear message, unmistakable message, that nobody above game, nobody above rules, nobody above consequences. If I let Babe get away with it, everyone would think they could get away with it. Rules would mean nothing. Authority would mean nothing. Game would descend into chaos. Couldn't allow that. Wouldn't allow that. So I banned him. And when he defied ban, when he showed up in dugout, had to remove him, had to make example, public example, painful example, necessary example. Did I enjoy it? No. Did I take pleasure in humiliating greatest player alive? Absolutely not. But did I believe it was necessary? Yes. Completely. Totally. Absolutely. Because baseball is bigger than Babe Ruth, bigger than any player, bigger than any moment. It's institution. It's tradition. It's game that must endure. And endurance requires rules, requires discipline, requires everyone following same standards. That's what I protected. That's what I enforced. That's what I preserved. And Babe, he learned, he grew, he became better. Not just as player, as person, as example. That's success. That's vindication. That's proof that sometimes harsh lessons are necessary lessons. That sometimes pain teaches what pleasure never could. That sometimes being banned from World Series is exactly what someone needs to become who they're meant to be. Babe Ruth learned that. Baseball learned that. Everyone learned that. And that's legacy of that difficult day. Not scandal, teaching, not failure, growth, not end, beginning of better Babe Ruth, better baseball, better everything. If this story made you think about rules, authority, and learning from mistakes, please subscribe for more complex human moments from sports history. And comment below. Have you ever defied authority and regretted it? What lesson did you learn? Share your story of growth.